you feeling fatigued and can barely make it through the day without some type of caffeine?
Are you on a journey of healing your body but need a little help?
Then alkaline water is what you really need.
Alkaline water has many benefits. Alkaline water can help restore pH balance in the body. Consuming beverages such as soda and coffee can make your body acidic.
Did you know that too much acid in your body has been linked to an internet, heart disease, obesity, diabetes, autoimmune disease, chronic pain, and other chronic conditions like gout and arthritis?
Those who use alkaline water have reported increased energy levels, clearer skin, reduction in inflammation, better digestion, and many other health benefits. I've used alkaline water for years, and it's been instrumental in sustaining my health when I was diagnosed with sarcoidosis.
Are you ready to take responsibility for your body's health?
If the answer is yes, then our alkaline water is just what you need. Bring your own bottles. It's only $3 for each gallon. To place an order or for more information, you can reach us at 773-846-3091. Thank you in advance for your support.
When you look at the conditions of the planet Earth, do you think those 6,000 years have ended yet? And because at the end of that 6,000 years, God's kingdom was supposed to come in. So do you think God's kingdom is here? That God's kingdom is on earth and this is paradise, or this is God's rulership that we're living under right now? Or do you think that Satan is still in charge? See, that's what I want you to be. See, that's the main thing that I want you to look at. Whether it's 6,000 years, 1,000 years, 2,000 years, however many years it is really irrelevant. The relevancy is, what condition is this planet in? Is it in a condition that would be feasible for us as rational thinking people to believe that Satan is at the helm of this thing? Or do you think God is at the helm and he just went to sleep and just let everything go willy-nilly? You see? So again, that's one of my reasons for bringing this up. So we can look at the condition of the world and understand why things are like it is. You know, because I hear people all the time talking about, how could God allow babies to get shot like this? How could God do this? And how could God, you know, I hear it all the time. That's because we are not aware that God has given Satan rule over this planet. And if his rule is still in place, and if what I'm saying is true, that the separation is the beginning phase of Satan's rulership ending, then this is why I'm giving this lecture. Because if you want to be on the right side of this thing, you need to understand and know what is really going on. That's why I titled this, What's Going On? You really need to know what's going on. And prayerfully, with the help of God, tonight, I'm going to share with you guys what's really going on. We are not living on a planet under God's rulership. We are not. There are people that believe in God, like myself, and prayerfully, those of you that are under the sound of my voice, that are fighting daily, day in and day out, to keep our peace of mind, to keep our hearts from waxing cold, so that we don't get bitter and have a cold heart towards people because people have done us wrong, because the world is just so horrible. We are still holding on. You see, we are praying every day. We're praying for deliverance. There are those that are on this planet that are like that are looking for a sign from God to say that there is hope for us, and that our our belief and our faith is not unwarranted. What I'm saying, brothers and sisters, God has given me this lecture to give today as your sign of there is hope. And your faith in God, even though we are living in a world ruled by Satan, is not unwarranted. Now, you have to understand what heaven really is. Heaven is not a place out in the sky. Your mind, that's heaven. Can anybody see your thoughts until you manifest them? You don't even really understand what a mind is. Most of us think that your mind is your brain. No, your brain is not your mind. The brain inside your head is the ground wire where your mind is grounded to so that you can access your mind. The brain is that ground wire. So now let's look at what is the mind? See, because we got to really break this stuff down. You got to understand what we are dealing with here. If we are looking to go to heaven, and if we are everything that we have learned, we learned that God created the heavens and the earth. But do we really know what that really meant? What that really means to us? God created the mind and we're going to get into the earth a little later. But look what the mind is. The elements of a person that enables them to be aware of the world and their experiences. To think. That is the major, right here, brothers and sisters. That is the major component, to mind, thinking, thought. This is what connects us and makes us, gives us the relationship that we have with God. We in the TOMA Nation, in the Temple of Mercy Association, we know that the creator of the heavens and the earth, we call that entity the great mind. The great mind. God is a great mind. Now, let me help you understand what your mind is. We can all do an experiment right here today so that you can understand what mind is. And many of you have probably experienced this before. Have you ever closed your eyes and thought about a place that you love being? Let's say you like being on the beach. Let's say you like being at the zoo. Say you just like being in your family home that you grew up in. You can close your eyes and think about the beach. And you'll be there. But you have to be in a quiet place. You can't be in the middle of a supermarket. You can't be in your living room with your kids running around making all kind of noise. You have to be in a quiet place with peace and quiet. Close your eyes and just think. And if you're thinking about the beach, if you're thinking about an ocean that you had visited at some point, you can begin to hear the waves hitting the shore. You can begin to smell the sea salt. You can do all of those things because your mind travels at 24 billion miles per second. Million, I'm sorry. And so you can travel in your mind from where you are right now across the country to California. You can travel all over this planet with your mind. even places you've never been. If you've seen a picture of the Great Pyramids, you can close your eyes and envision the Great Pyramids, and you can be there. This is the power of the mind. This is when they say God is omnipresent, he's everywhere and nowhere at the same time. This is what this is, brothers and sisters. Because in your mind, you could be everywhere, but you're not really there. That's where everywhere and nowhere at the same time. You're not really there, but you're there in your mind. And so this definition talks about your thoughts, that to think has a great deal to do with the mind, not the brain. Understand, the brain is nothing but a housing mechanism for your mind. Now, this next part, I put it in red on this definition because this was inserted here to throw you off. Because you have to understand who gave us this definition. I Googled this. So Google is not a creation of God. Google is a creation of Satan. Satan created Google. And so the definitions that you get from Google have the truth mixed with lies. Now, this is a lie because when it talks about, I'm gonna read the whole thing so you can see how it doesn't fit. The elements of a person that enables them to be aware of the world and their experience, to think and to feel, the faculty of consciousness and thought. Now, feelings is a physical emotion. Nothing about the mind is physical. Nothing at all. It's all very spiritual. You can't see it. Thoughts, you can't see a thought. You can't see consciousness. Feelings are produced by the flesh. I don't know who this same person keep calling me. From Michigan? I don't know who that is, but oh, I think I know who that is. I know who that is. But anyway, these feelings do not fit in a spiritual definition, but it's placed there because in our reality, what Satan wants is for your feelings and your senses that are connected with the flesh. Satan wants that to dominate your thinking. So he slides it in here because we all have feelings. We know what our feelings are. And if you are an individual that are led by your feelings, and what I mean by that is, if you are led by your emotions and your desires, and those emotions and desires lead or depict how you think. Now, let me give you an example so you can see what I'm saying. Now, most times you think about a thing, I think it's time for me to eat. It's such and such a time. I think it's time for me to put something in my body for today. Let me go get something to eat. Thinking, go get something to eat, action. Now, the opposite. Your stomach starts growling. Now you start thinking, damn, my stomach growling. I'm hungry. I need to get something to eat. Your stomach, the physical feeling of hunger dictated your thoughts. Not your thoughts dictated your actions. Y'all follow me? So this is why things like this are promoted in this world and in this society. Your feelings and all of your other senses, your sight, hearing, the sense of touch, your sense of smell, your sense of taste. All of those things are what would I call fed in the human existence, so that your emotions would dictate how you think. When in a God fearing man and woman, it should be just the opposites. Your thoughts should dictate how you feel and dictate your actions.